learn sales with me as I'm getting ready for dinner in Cambridge. Sometimes when you get to the end of pitching an offer for somebody who, they were a warm prospect, they're a warm lead, and you know that you can help them, they know they've come to you, they're inbound, okay, you haven't actually gone to them, they've come to you for that help, and it's a case of working something out. Now, often you're going to want it to be the case where you have presented a solution and they're like, yeah, like it feels right, and then, you know, boom, you close the deal and you just basically get to work on fixing the problem, because that's sales at the end of the day. But it's not always like that, and that's okay, and that's where it's about using a bit more initiative and selling with love, being completely like humanizing the whole thing. Like, this is not transactional, this is about working something out, being a problem solver, and knowing how you can best fulfill the other person's needs without pushing something on them that they don't want, because a number of times people do that and it just ends up being an absolute explosion of just shit. Respectfully, mediocre sales reps will push something on somebody like, you told me that you were interested, you said XYZ earlier. Yes, that may be true and they may have said that, but at the end of the day, if they aren't feeling 100% of the offer, that's your problem, that's not theirs, and it's for you to fix. And if that's something you can do on the call, or if it's over DMs, then that's on you to ask the questions so that you can navigate. Maybe that person doesn't need the full part of the offer, maybe it needs to be a bit more bespoke, a bit more curated. If you're a business owner selling an offer, that's where you kind of just have to think on your feet a little bit more, whereas if you're closing for someone else's offer, yes, it's a little bit harder to do that, but definitely if you have the power to curate and be a bit more flexible on what you're providing so that you can still achieve, like, you guys know you're gonna get something done, you guys are gonna work something out, but it's about being so, like, imagine going to a hotel, right, like I'm in right now, and let's just say you didn't need all of the terms or the amenities at the desk, so you wouldn't go for a higher package. Maybe you'd go for a mid package because you're going to be there for about 3 nights and you want to use the spa or the pool, or maybe like me and your cycle comes, you can't go swimming, so maybe you picked a package that wasn't right for you. But anyways, sometimes you just need to work it out, and the best way to do that is literally just by asking your prospect, your client, questions, so that maybe, okay, you tell me, like, what would you need for this to work? It's your call here. Make them feel like they're in charge, because if you're pushing them just to close the deal, you aren't going to close it, and you're not selling with any kind of integrity. So definitely give your client an option. I wouldn't do this for every sale. If you've got a fixed package and you're closing for somebody, sell the package. But if you have wiggle room to discuss terms, if you're the business owner and you can make someone feel more comfortable about investing in what they actually need, then definitely do that. And it can literally look like this. Completely understand. What do you feel you would need? Like, as I said, this can be completely bespoke to yourself, and I wouldn't want you to invest in something you wouldn't need, so you tell me and put it in their call, and then you can close the deal. Bye. Follow me for more sales tips.